gateways to the internet, and they'll cut off Spotify and all
Right.
that other
Oh man,
nonsense. I mean,
final.
I came to be a prophet, but I'll settle for pariah. We filled the air with DDT and called the wind Mariah. We cheer on every victory in the war against Goliath, and we watched the model Christian Smalls and pose him with Zendaya. They are gonna milk that union drip until the very last simp takes the very last sip, and when it's all wrung dry and it's not worth shit, then they'll leave it laying right where it is. You can watch them let it all drip into the ditch. Here's the sitch. Biden will invoke the witch of January 6 as a quick fix. He'll tell you that she's here to fill your bellies with some twigs and sticks, rocks, berries, and a capital brick. Concurrently, he's finger-wagging all of the Republicans while sucking their proverbial dicks. He'll fluff them up a couple of concessions in the flick of a bick. He just needs lights and a camera and prompter, and someone to monitor the prompter who knows their shit. 'Cause Joe's gonna open the show with a few short words to be chanted by old white folks wearing old white cloaks who will march in a circle around some progressive political star who is purely a place to spit. But it's all good fun, and there's no harm done when the banks yell cut and they're calling it quits. It's all Flint water gone under the bridge, out of sight, out of mind, and dissolved in the mist. Joe will only need a flick of the wrist, and then the throat of your movement is slit. It'll sputter and gurgle and choke for a bit, bleed out in a viral clip. And as the last of its life force flows to the floor, he'll say, "That's my idea of a union drip." You see, the eyes are a glimpse of the soul, so it says a whole lot if they aren't exposed, and your message is branding you stamped on your clothes, and the media storm is wherever you go. Then you go meet Joe, and you laugh at his quips, and you shake his hand with a nice firm grip, and you cry good trouble through the loafers on your lips. Too true, that's a union drip. Who knew that the victory gift for your unionization's a DNC script? And it's nice and precise like a sniper who's trying to cripple us right where we live. The target they lead is your wallet. They seek to dismember your hands so you can't feed your family or pick up your kids. While they flatter themselves into orgasm, feigning respect for our unions, who wired our grids, who welded our ships, who died for our rights to not witness our children conscripted to 12-hour shifts in the mines from the time that they're 5, when they know damn well that the unions had thrived till they shattered their hips. Till they showed up and handed out Pinkerton slips. Now it's as simple as status and symbol and making the star of the movement so bright that the movement itself is eclipsed. Now our mouths grow dusty and dry on the promise of union drips that might trickle down out of a wealthy fist that is squeezing the heart of the working class hard as it can till it finally ruptures and splits, punctures a valve, and it laughs at the sound of the squish. The way that they laugh at the sight of us making a wage slave wish to a man on the cover of Vanity Fair saying, "Eat the rich." So this is for those who rely on commissions or toil for tips, watching their bosses drink bottles of profits while all you get offered are jugs of their piss. If you seek out the soul of the movement or proof that the movement exists, try looking in the eyes of Chris. And when you find that you can't, the answer is as simple as this. The movement is never one single face, and a drip is a leak to repair or replace. We will not eat the rich to suit expensive taste. We'll consume 'cause survival's at stake. I saw Nina Turner with a roller dipped in ocean blue, spreading lifelike water in a painted pool. She smoothed the surface out and made a little wave or two, a few convincing ripples and reflections ripe for hazing you and every other vacant fool who saw her build a cage for you and still return to ah and ooh and walk right past the toxic plume to witness Nina's masterpiece, her grand charade, her painted pool, the hints of light that trick your eyes, the trap inside the lapis jewel. The half-imagined voice that tries to lavish you with platitudes and lure you in those baited waters, hook and sinker, absolute. I know you've thought about just diving in it, haven't you? Now that Nina's got you feeling like you're splatterproof, progressivism ain't a pipeline to the blue side, baby, it's a waiting room. And it leads you to a pool with zero waiting room. And every lemming diving in that painted pool today will not be swayed and can't be saved. I know, I tried to save a few, but I ultimately watched them eat the pavement. Those who get less leisure time than peasants in the Middle Ages. Those for whom a dozen fucking eggs are worth an hour of their wages. Heaven's not a place on earth, and hell is what you make it. And look at us, we made it. America, degraded, diving in a painted fake oasis on the basis of a break in their enslavement. Lined up at the diving board, excited and impatient, pointing fingers halfway round the world to cry invasion. And turning backs on human rights at home because the location doesn't fit with our narration. You'll never spot the sanctions if you still deny the occupations. You see, the end came and went. I guess you missed the high note. Like we're gonna miss the last white rhino. The harbinger of end times was floating in the sky, but nobody saw the message past the clouds above Ohio. Where BlackRock is demonstrating sell high, buy low. A toxic mass eviction in the heartland, suddenly your city spans a 15-minute biodome. Cops on every corner, every blink of yours reported, every word that's out of order is summarily recorded. When information's valuable, your privacy's as malleable as safety in a school or your right to an abortion. But we know the face of every thief who came to take our portions, who auctioned off our pensions, built 100 bloody warships. And I bet you didn't know you were a donor for it. I bet you didn't know we still do no-knock warrants. Yeah, who could have guessed that if unnecessary force was left to officer discretion, the result is something morbid and inhuman and abhorrent. All of which is in your feed and whirling in the torrent. All of which is coursing through the current. All our fate, like Julian's, is hinging on American assurance, which history has proved to be as honest as me telling you it's raining while I'm drenching you with urine. Then telling you the urine's really liquid fucking mustard gas. Then ditch it in the pasture land like best of luck and light the match. Then telling you to disregard that pestilence that billows past. And all from in the comforts of my safety hatch. Down in the bunker, there's a massive empty pool that Nina Turner patiently is painting ocean blue. Its depth is deathly shallow, but deception swears it true. And she draws the drooling willing 2 by 2. No intro, folks. I'm ripping in, opening my notes app like a vat of acid. Let's begin. Point me to the journalists I'm dipping in. Wait a minute. Holy shit. Something must be wrong. It's just a couple kids. There's not a single wrinkle on their privileged skin. A couple whiskers you can just make out through all the clout that's dribbling off their little chins. The vanguard charge of a Red Rose strike force, mouths wide open as they charge into the hype wars. Now usually I'd be obliged to take my time and savor every moment of the movie of me stretching out this 2-piece till I eat it like a 5-course. Usually I'd lift them up, then drop them 25 floors, strip their image back, expose the eyesore. But it's sad to see the DSA make cattle of the prepubescent. It's sad to witness Jimmy Dore derangement syndrome-addled brains of adolescence. So maybe I should cut some slack and throw them back, like once they're done maturing, they might get the message. Maybe once they're all growed up, they'll learn their lesson. Maybe they'll look back a couple years from now and cringe just like I did the day I found those old Obama pins behind my dresser. Your vanguard's just a couple drips, no ripples to be made. I guess if you carry water, you're an honorary blue wave, defending our democracy like anything survived for you to save. So arbiters of good intentions, tell us who is truly leftist. Let them wield identity like such a holy weapon and let no one through the gate who's unordained. While you're both busy streaming live with boot receptacles agape, a couple overzealous paladins decrying bad faith. We're here to show Kalinsky you can fit your whole fist, so his size 8 shoes ain't shit. Man, if that's what serves as vanguard, then your army's got a lot to lose, except for the respect of those who jump at Shining Schumer's shoes. Those who treat the issues like some pleasant conversation that they're having on a dinner cruise. Well, never once in my whole life has punching up felt so much like it's child abuse. Like maybe I should save my scorn for those whose lobes are fully formed, who aren't just human moths that swarm the brightest clout to keep them warm. Maybe it's not worth the mess of mopping guppies off your floor. Strike a nerve, then CPS comes knocking at my chamber door. Cut 'em loose. I'll wait it out an album cycle, maybe 4. If they didn't learn by then, I'll proceed with no remorse. Once they're just your average centrists, drumming up support for wars, who ask you for receipts while they both cite a State Department source. The pipeline's pretty short from clueless faux progressive larva to that fragile centrist chrysalis where criticism's trauma, to spreading wide your liberal wings to shit on all the fauna as you host your weekly brunch and sit-down chit-chat with Ro Khanna. You'd both do well to listen close and look me in my eyes. My words will spare you only once. I don't show mercy twice. My lyrics aren't the kind of place where people leave alive, but I don't eat low-hanging fruit. I leave it for the flies.
People still owe money. People still owe money. No. People still owe money. People still owe money.
It looks to me as though you learned to love your prison. I guess you'd say you made it your own. Such a difficult decision. I bet you finally feel like you're home. Home. Right in the
Oh, hey, everybody. How'd you get here?
Oh, it's eruption. We had an eruption.
How did everybody get in my room?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
It's American tradition. We're actually like on time this time.
I love starting. I think I love starting the show just as much as anything that happens during. Like
right?
Just us waiting to beat each other to the Harry Carey.
Hi, everybody.
Oh man.
Do you think do they think you fell in a bourbon bottle, in a bourbon barrel? Well, maybe he very well may have. Yeah. So yeah, this is Jesse standing next to me. I'm Indy, and you can see that there. Check this out. We didn't even do this last time. I had the screen. Ooh.
Damn.
Fancy. Oh shit! It's wrong. It's off. It's off. It's not good. It's not good. It's no bueno.
I still got excited for it. I'll still hype you up.
I'll have to fix that. Okay, we'll fix that in studio mode as you're playing. Okay. Yeah,
I'll write it in and we'll do it live.
Hey, fuck it, we'll do it live. We're going to do it live. But I did want to share this, which is, look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah. Oh,
God. This is the reason why we're having this thumbnail tonight. This very sad thumbnail.
Yeah.
The death of @BigMadCrab on Twitter, because he decided to get angry at somebody who was abusing their dogs and say something that Twitter did not like. So
he never pretended like he wasn't big and mad. You know, Twitter knew what they were dealing with.
That is the way it was advertised. So hey, shit happens. So yeah, this is tonight the Total Request Crab Memorial Variety Hour. Episode of American Tradition, episode 29. Also, by the way, I need to do a little bit of a plug to start, because I want to get the people who are here. We are now on Spotify. American Tradition on with Jesse Jett is now a podcast, and the first episode was uploaded this week, and it will be uploaded every Thursday at noon. I've already got the first 4 scheduled out, and you're going to be able to enjoy the audio live performances from our friend Jesse here, and me being a clown on camera or on audio.
Wow.
And it's actually a video podcast. So if you want to watch it, you can actually watch it, but you can also just stream the audio and listen to the music and to the spoken word. So yeah, we got a podcast now, American Tradition, and it's over on Spotify. All right, so we're gonna do some shit tonight.
I gotta say, Greg, for what it's worth, my tweet about you getting suspended by far is doing way more numbers than any of my tweets have in months.
Right, you're up to almost 100 likes.
I wish you would have done this a while back, man. Engagement is just fantastic today. So thanks for taking one for the team, because it's really revitalized the numbers. Maybe we can spin this and all of a sudden turn it into some momentum for round 2. Maybe this is gonna launch you into the 5K followers. You know, I literally just shared like we lost Greg, you know, and all of a sudden all these people started following me. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm just pouring one out for Greg. So
Jesse,
there is buzz, and if anything, a lot of them are obviously people he's stirred shit with before. There are 10 quote tweets. I can only see 5 of them. The other 5 people have me blocked. So that says a lot about your impact, man. You've been out there doing God's work.
That is wonderful right there. I love seeing that kind of number. But yes, as Colin says, Jesse is still daddy.
I got to screenshot that. I'm making a collage of all those, and I'm going to print it out on canvas, and I'm going to put it down here in Camp David, just somewhere on the wall.
Oh my God, that's great.
We recently got my son got into Full House. Kind of started as a goof. We watched an episode just for nostalgia's sake, and he loved it. And now he requests watching it, and we're plowing through Full House from the beginning. And fun fact, every time someone jokingly calls me Uncle Jesse, I gain approximately 2 points of attractiveness because of something known scientifically as the transitive property of stamos.
Stamos, of course. The stamos transitive. Yes. Naturally.
Oh, the OG, Colin. No, the reboot. I couldn't. That's if I had any secrets and you wanted them out of me, you would strap me to a chair and put on Fuller House. I will eat my way out of the fucking drywall before I can sit through an episode of that.
Well,
but the original, I mean, it's just classic.
Ricky's got
really, really great early 90s sitcom values to instill in my child before the collapse of society. I feel like it's really crucial stuff. So there's yep.
So as the story goes, Greg sends me a message this morning telling me about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so his first question is, and he tells me, it's so messed up. He goes, help, and he posts a screenshot. What do I have to do? I'm begging. I'll do anything to have it back. I said, you got reported. He said, so that's it? It's all gone now? I said, what did the email say? So then I knew right away. The minute he got an email from Twitter, it's all over. He posts the screen cap of it, and I said, yep, you're fucked. Set up a new one.
I thought it was him fucking with us, because if you scroll down a little bit, there's a typo on it. But that's just Twitter. It turns out Twitter now is just so busted. If you scroll down just a little touch on the message,
I don't know if I want
of Greg's suspension. It says,
you're talking about this one?
No, the post I had. It says basically X reserves the right to suspend accounts that violate the hour rules.
The hour rules.
I was like, are you having a stroke? What the fuck is this?
The hour rules.
I was like, Greg, is this some elaborate ruse? But it was no ruse. It was
it's
Greg got
Twitter.
suspended. X just doesn't know its ass from a hole in the ground, and it can't form a fucking sentence.
It's actually just how dumb Twitter is.
You broke the our rules.
You broke our rules. So he sends me this, and the minute I saw this,
Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
like, oh, you're poor. Set up a new one. You're done.
Mhm.
So I love how you're just
God.
dying at all this.
But to be fair, and I feel
not
bad because
funny.
someone pointed out, like, people get so much more angry about animals getting abused than people. But it's true. It's just a different kind of helpless,
Wow.
there's something that you really, I don't know. We are desensitized to person on person violence in a lot of ways.
So
In as much as I feel like we feel more helpless to prevent the majority of human brutality that we see against other humans, but we feel like it's easier to step in and prevent someone from mistreating an animal. That's something we feel like we have some semblance of control over or ability to step in on, I would say. The most times that I fire off some tweet with my fucking veins popping out, and then I look at it and I'm like, nope, and delete it. It's animal stuff. It's always some animal thing that I'm like, I will skin you alive and piss in your vein. No, you know what? Backspace.
Can't do that.
I hope you get a blister on your taint. No, backspace.
Right? Like, yeah, there's every horrible thought you can ever imagine is going on here for sure.
Oh God. So I've been there, man. Our
beloved crab. Look what they did to my boy.
I got a 7-day and a 24-hour. Now I feel like, especially my Mitch McConnell one, something about hanging him up by his jowls in a public place. That only got me a 24-hour. I don't know how.
Right? Like I almost want more. Like, come on, dudes. Like that was so much better.
That just shows they're probably grading on a curve in terms of shit people say about Mitch McConnell. That's really mild.
Right? Like, all right, so let's see. Studio mode off. All right, so let's see if it works now. Let's go blammo. Oh,
look at that.
Look at that. We made it work. All right, so we fixed that up. We're going to have some songs tonight. We're going to have there's music requests. I don't know if there's going to be Seuss. I know my kids requested it. If not, I totally understand because not everybody likes the Seuss. But
I could always probably grab some Seuss from upstairs while you did a little plug later on, so we could sneak a little Seuss in.
Well, we definitely have some stuff to plug this week. I need to actually bring up the calendar.
Calendar, Lord of Time.
Calendar. I need Jesse on the left. Oh, goodness gracious. My brain is breaking sitting. That's awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
I fucking love it.
That's funny. I get that.
Jesse's on the left. I love
that's
it.
Hilarious.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll have to do the switcheroo. That's pretty easy to do. That's great. I hadn't even really thought about where each one of us was placed, but that's woo. See, but what's funny is when we do Nobody Wants to Work Anymore, Himbo's on my right, and when we do how do we miss that? Oh, by the way, How Do We Miss That? I'll be back on Sunday. That's another plug. Reese on my left. Yeah, so like I don't know, I'm all fucked up. Anyway,
Colin, absolutely. I know it'd have to be during like a work day, but I will put in a day off or half day off to be able to like hang out and FaceTime or Zoom and read to your class. I will do that. We are already doing it. It's happening as we speak. That's absolutely a thing we're gonna do.
Oh, now I want to break Sid's brain. So now we're going back to this just for a minute. Hello, everybody. Jesse's on my right. Jesse's on the wrong side. I just now want to screw with everybody.
That's gonna be punishment now. If Cynic acts up in chat, he's just gonna be like, I'll fucking move him. I'll put him on the right. Don't act like I won't.
I'll fucking do it. I swear I'll fucking do it. Oh.
I'll pull this stream over.
I I love you guys. I love you, Cynic. You're the best. You're so dead. That's great.
Oh, we have fun here.
The thumbnail, by the way, that Crab helped make with the is just delish.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
that was a great joint effort. Like just
thrown together literally last minute. I think I sent it to you guys at 9:20. Like, here it is. We took
What's the phrase? It's a camel. A camel is a horse that was made by a committee. That's absolutely our camel thumbnail. It's perfect.
Oh my god, it's great. All right, so I don't know if you want to actually like play some music or what we
yeah, there's gonna be music. Yeah, so I figured I was gonna just kind of go. You know, I've talked about doing some like request nights. I mean, we've obviously taken requests before, but I thought it'd be fun to do a whole show of just that. Primarily because I didn't have the mental capacity to come up with an idea. I've been doing vet trips and solo dad. My wife's out of town, so taking care of the kid. And then Catstro started pissing blood a few nights ago, so we had to do some emergency vet visit. He's good. He's okay.
Oh,
but yeah, so it's been a lot. So when I realized that it was time for American Tradition, I was like, you know what better way to do this than to just show up and people tell me what to play? Not that I can't come up with a few things if we don't have a request pending, but I was like, you know what, this is the night to just hang out. I had a little bourbon. I'm happy to be here, spend time with the fam, and just play some whatever we decide we want. So songs, poems, covers, fucking I'll pull out some Seuss before we get done. The Seuss will be loose.
Well, so then we have to switch the nameplate over.
Oh, move me to the right, you mean?
No, I moved you to the left, and now you're Dr. Jesse Jett.
Oh, there we go.
I got something flying in my face. Jesse name.
You know, I don't know peanut butter, Hembo.
What about see, this is where we put super chats when we got the split screen. Nice. Okay. All right, is that better? Now, yes. See, now everything is the world is in order. Jesse's on the left.
Ooh, I don't know any Ween. And I don't know any Erykah Badu, believe it or not.
I don't know any Ween. That's what she said. Oh, by the way,
It's a great American tradition.
we forgot to say that today. I hope you heard that.
Oh, fucking trees.
Hear my words.
Oh God, I wish I knew the trees.
I just heard hear my words. Like
Oh yeah, that is the beginning of.
I heard it. You can't get that past me. I know.
No, I can't pull out the trees. Unfortunately, that's not something I want to butcher. Like, you know what pissed me off once? I remember seeing some article. It was like the 10 corniest lyricists in rock. And top of the list, they had Neil Peart. And they used the trees as an example of his like cheesy, cringy writing. And like, if that had happened in my Twitter days, I would have written the kind of tweet that got Greg suspended today. I would absolutely like, listen here, you piece of dog shit. Like, I could not have held back on that. This was 2007, so all I could do was go cry about it on MySpace. But like, oh man, I was livid. I was absolutely fucking livid.
That's why I'm doing this show, because he and I would go in the same place.
Oh, Sundown. Oh man. Shit. I don't. Oh. I wish. I got to see Gordon Lightfoot, and some prick right after he played Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, the guy shouts out, "It was better on the album." Like, he's like 80 at this point. Like, Gordon Lightfoot was not young. Like, and the whole auditorium just stopped and like glared at this guy. Like, it was Florida, you know. I mean, Florida people are gonna do Florida shit, but like, oh man, a funeral song for Greg. Oh yeah. Oh, St. James Infirmary. Damn, look at you. Ah, oh, Charlie. You're a prince, you know that? This is a good way to kick this off. Let's open it up with a little some slow little funeral dirge.
I went down to St. James Infirmary, see if my baby's there. She was stretched out on a long white table, so sweet, so cold, so frail. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she could look this whole wide world over and never find another man like me. When I die, you could bury me in Edwin Clapp's shoes. Dust off my best $20 hide. Put a $20 gold piece in my pocket. Let the fellas know I died standing pat. Now let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she could look this whole wide world over and never find another man like me. I went down to St. James Infirmary, see if my baby's there. She was stretched out on a long white table, so sweet, so cold, so frail.
Okay.
Can't No Grave. Oh, shit.
Can't No Grave. Can't No Grave.
One morning, it was just about that break of day. The angels came in glory, they ruled the stone away. The women came along, if I say you are gone now, can no grave hold my body down. Can no grave hold my body down. Lord, Lord, can no grave hold my body down. When that first trumpet sound, I want to get up out of that ground, kill no grave, hold my body down. Now everyone, you wait here. You're standing water to your knees. Make no move to blow your horn till you hear an order from me. Now that day is almost gone. That night is coming. Oh, my Lord, can no grave hold my body down. Can no grave hold my body down. Oh, Lord, can no grave hold my body down. Yeah, when that first trumpet sound, I wanna get up out of that ground. Can no grave hold my body down. Can no grave hold my body down. Can no grave hold my body down.
Boom. Okay. And we're off. All right. We're playing music.
Oh shit, we're cooking. Okay, so all right, let me put me up here so everybody can see. Hi, everybody. The Indies down here.
Hi,
okay.
everybody.
Everybody, I'm just going to keep doing that all night and make them crazy. So, Rockfin. Hey, we're on Rockfin, everybody. I think everybody knows that, but if you didn't, we are on rockfin.com/INN. Very simple. Rockfin.com, ROKFIN.com/INN. And check this out. Our friend Anna Mayers is over here. She's already tipped us two $20 tips. Shit.
What? And you know
Okay.
what? I don't think I have to guess what she wants to hear, but if she has a request.
Well, of course, it's there. It's been a Tuesday from hell. So I'm happy to be here now, though. I must insist on acoustic Militia Intent. And I have to second that. But wait. I sent Texas Slim Jesse's piece on food scarcity. I love it, and I hope he did too. It will be food and water wars from here on out. And I told her that I will definitely put that up. And I don't know if you heard, but we actually made American Tradition into a podcast, so you'll be able to download the episodes and listen to them on Spotify as well. And I want to get this music out and these editions. You know, I was saying I'm a huge fan of live music myself personally, and I'm almost like robbing everybody of this to not put it out there audio wise to have them listen to it as well. So Anna says I cried.
The White Stripes.
Okay, so
sorry, I was just looking at I know several White Stripes songs. That is not one of them. I don't think I've ever even heard that song.
I cried when I heard it outside a company going away party, wishing I was blues me harder, Jesse, is what she says. All right, so here we go. That's Anna. We love Anna. Anna's fam. Old school. All right.
So the food scarcity piece, for those who don't know, she's referring to an abundance of scarcity off of the coming of spring. And she actually inspired that. She mentioned one day, she messaged me, and she was like, you should do a piece about food scarcity. I was like, I should. And so I ended up writing that piece. So that would not have existed had she not prompted it. So
yeah.
All right. So
Props
when Anna Mears wants Militia Intent, Anna Mears gets Militia Intent.
Oh.
can keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your hands. Why play civil if you won't listen to 50,000 dead? Now we know our mission, we form a militia, make Congress a prison. Why play civil when all these dead won't make you listen? What's more American than slaying your oppressors? What's more American than liberty or death first? God, I thought we were founded on abolishing the tyranny of those who would starve a village all to live empirically. And I regret that I have only one life to give for my cause now that I can see the cause so clearly. See, I want our leaders, regardless of party, to fear me. I will pick my targets and assassinate them lyrically. I will bring them out into the town square, hook them to the pillory and leave them there. And Hillary, I'll see you there. Nah, Hillary, I'll see you there. You can't keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your hands. No, why play civil when you wouldn't listen to 100,000 dead? And now we know our mission, we form a militia, make Congress a prison. So why play civil when all these dead won't make you listen? Welcome to the fantasy of rhetoric. And welcome to the last of the free speech while we can get it. And I promise you can get it. All you corporate Democrats and second wave Confederates, GOP illusionists and neo-Nazi bureaucrats. And Stephen fucking Miller, I will see you in the aftermath. When all the laws are dust, there's just moral justice after that. And I would hunt you through the wasteland if it comes to that. Just so I could rub you in the dirt like a cheap human Brillo pad. I could sleep fine when our beds are burning, Stephen, but I'll turn around and run into the blaze to get my pillow back. Cause as long as I can lay my head down, I can live with that. I can deal with a little ash. Cause I could feel like a little of the old me burned with the bed and the rest of my past. The old world where we all lived and we can't get back. The old world where you didn't give and you'd still get back. Where you could rake in 12 billion and give none back. Well, those days are behind us. The virus will kill all of that. Your wealth is behind us and kindness is meant for the past. Our leaders would bind us and starve us and call it a fast. A sacrament meant for their God that they garnish in cash. They feed it the poor by the hundreds, that's all that it asks. Its hunger is legion and people in need are all it will have. Our only chance is to starve it and watch as it turns on them. Can keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your hands. You can keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your hands.
God, I love that song. Oh my God. So damn good. And I'll tell you, for whatever reason, the music, the track sounds very clean tonight. There's absolutely like zero static or that just, I can't wait to lay that one. And that's going to be like, you guys will be able to hear that in 29 weeks or 28 weeks, because we're literally going to be dropping one of these every week for, going forward until we catch up. And it's going to be a while because, we're already up to 28. We're only at 1. So, all right. So Go Start, by the way, is over on the Rumble. I wanted to also shout them out because Go Start is saying that for them, that they had an issue with their Hold on, let me move that down. Okay. They started making me sign in with Google for my 2006 account. I can't remember yesterday, much less 17 years ago. So they're over there on the Rumbles, and you can, again, go to rumble.com/c/indie news network, INDIE, and you can hang out with Ghost Art over on Rumble and Fake Views. By the way, I wrote an article about Rumble, a very in-depth article about Rumble. So I've been joking for a while with Reef about how they're fake views, and now we wrote an article about how they're fake views. And so far, there hasn't been much response from Rumble yet. I'm waiting to hear what they have to say about that. But
changes by Fleetwood Mac. Damn, I'm sorry, I'm failing everybody so much on cover requests tonight. I don't know Changes by Fleetwood Mac. I mean, I don't know how to play it. Obviously, I know the song, but I don't know the song. So
yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I was thinking like a Zeppelin. I don't know which Zeppelin. Like you know what I've been hearing a lot is, for whatever, the Rain song. And I don't know if you know the Rain song, if that's in your range.
I wish.
But that, God, I've been hearing that like earworm lately.
I saw a request for Pet by A Perfect Circle. I'm trying to think. I don't do that. I can probably pull out The Nurse Who Loved Me, or I don't know if I could hit 3 Libras tonight. But in the Maynard vein, I can pull out some Pussifer if there are any Pussifer fans in the house. Not to get too graphic, but oh, the pot. God. Okay, that's one of those songs that like I have sat and worked out a lot acoustic that like I would love to one night be able to pull out something that elaborate. Track.
What about Incubus? I think you did Pardon Me, or did you do you did Drive, I think.
Did I?
I think you did Drive one night. You either did Pardon Me or you did Drive. But
I believe you.
or you might even done Consequence. I'd love to fucking hear you do Consequence. That would destroy if you knew how to do Incubus Consequence. I don't even know if half the people there know this song at all, but I do.
Let's see.
No, by who's gonna drive you home tonight? See, I could join in. Not really. This guy, man. So I don't know if you're allowed to announce what we found out over the weekend about.
I don't know either. That's a good question.
Well, I know that Pasta has announced that he is producing a movie about his trip, a documentary about his trip to Lahaina and about all that he saw there. And we talked last week, and I was like, bro, if you need to hear this song. And I said, I'll hang up with you, listen to this song, and call me back because you're gonna freak out. And it was what was it? The Kings of Colony, which is the Lahaina tribute song that Jesse wrote. And sure enough, he's like, bro, I'm angry at you. You didn't send this to me earlier. And I'm fucking mad at Jesse that he didn't send this to me too. So I then have to arrange a 3-way call. I call Jesse right away. He's like, I want to get this in the movie. Like, how can we do this? I need Jesse's permission. So I 3-way called him in, and as soon as Jesse picks up, possibly, do I have Jesse? Fuck you. That's how he opened our phone conversation. It was fucking great because everyone, shut up, love you, Pasta. Great. Oh, Anna's asking how Fox is doing today.
He is doing much better. He's yeah. We were starting on another cold, but we managed to steer clear from going in the hospital over it. So thank God.
Look at this. Dingo is saying that Pasta said he was going to use it and played it at the end of Convo today. So you were featured on the Convo couch. How about that shit?
No shit. I didn't know that.
How about that?
All kinds. I'm learning so many new things today.
See? Cookies is asking if you've been working on any new songs. Well, he's got an album coming out soon.
I do.
I don't know when, but We're just gonna kind of feel it.
I imagine I think you were here for the last episode because I played Kings of Colony and Dust of Better Days on the last American Tradition, right?
Yes, we
Wasn't
had
that last episode.
It was, but we had especially on the Dust of Better Days, we had internet hiccup, and it's kind of choppy.
Oh, really?
So that might be worth giving another whack too.
Okay. So for that one, I need the grandpa's guitars. Hang on one second.
Nice.
I've gotten so used to, I wrote that riff on a right-handed guitar, and now like I'm so used to it backwards that doing it left-handed, all of a sudden it feels wrong. So I've trained myself. Now I have to have a right-handed guitar for this song.
That's great. All right, so we got Militia Intent. That was number 3.
Right.
Nice.
I actually recorded this the other night. It is not it wasn't a keeper track vocally, but I got all my levels right and stuff, and I'm really excited for having this recorded. Yeah.
And I don't know how you can do it, because you've written like a bunch of songs that I don't know if they're going to make it on there, like Outsource, Welfare. I don't know if they're all going to end up on there.
Yeah, those won't.
Yeah. They're just singles.
Okay, yeah, this is the Dust of Better Days.
SWAT team took your neighbor today. Watched them as they walked him away. You told yourself extremists come in all different shapes. Met his eyes and lowered your gaze. But is it too late for us to ever change? We're collecting the dust of better days. They're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to be safe, not meant to escape, not meant to wait. Sheriff stopped your daughter today. Pepper sprayed her twice in the face. He must have had good reason if he'd treat her that way. At least that's what they taught you to say. But is it too late for us to ever change? Once we're collecting the dust of better days, they're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to feel safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wait. Feds arrived and had you detained. Said you'd made some posts they want changed. Tased you till you felt like you'd forgotten your name. or life before they had to contain, or life before they had to contain, or life before they had to contain. SWAT team took your neighbor today.
And that's a Dust of Better Days.
Oh man, that was so much cleaner than the last one. Oh, I can't wait to cut that. That's going to be so fire. Oh my god.
Fun fact about the audio, the last couple shows, sound was kind of fuzzy. That's because my son one day decided to come change settings on the back of my mic, and I never look at the back of my mic. So for the last few episodes, we've been recording the whole basement and not just what's in front of the mic. It's been the whole directional audio. So that's why it sounded so fucking garbage. I brought in an outside guy for mixing. It didn't go well. So.
You know, I have to commend you and Jess on naming your son on a word with a word that rhymes with fuck. Because how often can you go fuck? You don't know. He don't know. That is just poetically perfect the way that you guys would do that. That's outstanding. See, because when I do that, and my son's name is not that. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, he knows when I'm yelling that. So yeah, that's great. I'm glad we're back. That's awesome. Yeah, because I actually noted how the audio is clean as fuck tonight.
Also, my grandfather's guitar sounds way better because it's like in one piece, and it's a fucking Taylor. So this is like a $3,000 guitar. My usual one is a $300 guitar, and it's super splintered underneath that pick guard, like it's busted to shit. And you can hear the wood splintering, which is that fun, crinkly, crackling embers sound that we enjoy so much in my music. And then this is nice and clean and pristine.
Wow. Sean, that's a great question.
I have a guitar. I have to play upside down and backwards, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's pretty. That does have a sound to it. I don't know, and you know what? I've been trying to do all I can to get the word out, and it's one of the great mysteries of my life is how more people can't figure this out, and we keep putting it out there. He goes on shows, and yeah, all we can do is keep putting the music out.
It's true.
And break it up in different ways. We put it out on Substack. We put it out on Substack as poetry. We put it out on Spotify. It's on Bandcamp. It's over here on YouTube, Rockfin, Rumble. I mean, it's not for a lack of putting the stuff out there. I can tell you for sure.
I do have a sample I'm actually going to throw into the Dust of Better Days. It's going to be recorded acoustic, but in the very little beginning, before vocals come in, there's a sample I've wanted to use for a while. It was one of my turns on sampler tweets. There was it's an old, like, recognizing propaganda government video for soldiers. It's early 50s, and they show this propaganda flyer that depicts an American soldier as a pig in fatigues with a rifle and a giant hypodermic needle. And they show the poster, and the narrator says, "That's you, in case you don't recognize yourself." Absolutely going to open up Dust of Better Taste with that fucking clip, because it suits it so well.
That's well. You, in case you don't recognize yourself.
Don't recognize yourself.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So what do we got? What do we got next here? Do you know Xanadu by Olivia Newton-John? LOL. Please don't play that. Yes. Yeah, no, we're not playing that.
Oh, can you imagine? That would be fantastic.
We got another request for from Anna Mares over here. I'll publicly make a request for a new Workers Get song, including the inability to have kids now. So if and when you're so inspired on that,
Stroll Through the Ruins. Mad Mom, you got it. All right, let's see. Okay. For those of you who don't know, this is from my my 50s doo-wop record, The Geiger Age, available only on Bandcamp. This is called A Stroll Through the Ruins.
Let's take a walk, provided radiation's low and the weather's good. We'll take a stroll through where there used to be a neighborhood. I host a clinic called The Finer Points of Settlerhood. Wish I could say it brings a crowd. Oh, baby, down doomsday went about as well as you said it would. And God, I tried to love the bomb and I never could. There's such a heavy bomb and the humid air of rotted wood. Wish I could clear the smoke and show you down. The meek will get the earth, though the earth will be long dead. The meek will gladly take what we can get. And when we meet the earth, if there's no earth to be found, well, we'll just join the poison in the ground. Oh, 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 the poison in the ground. The poison in the ground. Oh, the poison in the ground. Oh, the poison in the ground. Oh,
Oh God, I love playing those songs.
dude, that is such fire. Oh my god. Like, yeah, that. Yeah, everyone just digging it. The 50s doo-wop sound, the poison in the ground. Yeah, it's very mellow, you know, it formulaic is the word I was looking for. You kind of know where it's going to go without having to know where it's going to go, and it's like a comfort song to me in a way.
That was
almost
hard finding something like, obviously 50s stuff, there's only a lot of the same few chord progressions that get
Right.
kind of retreaded. So finding something that wasn't exactly another song but felt familiarly recognizably 50s is fucking hard, because the more I started listening like that, they do share enough that it's so hard to veer and not step on some doo-wop bands' toes along the way. Like the more I dove into the 50s stuff, like there's not a lot of ground that hasn't been tread on, but it's kind of like blues. Like that's kind of the point, you know, that you have this familiar framework that you work in. So I tried to make sure I didn't deliberately tread on anything, but at the end of the day, there's those same little bass lines, and anything that makes it recognizably 50s, it's gotten used somewhere, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. But yeah, Sean,
Yep.
Look, I thank you all for showing up, but it's my privilege and honor to be able to do that and to be able to run this show and sit here and listen to it. I was like, I write down the set list as we're playing, so we're already 5 songs in. I'm like, oh shit, that must mean it's close to 11 o'clock. Holy crap, how did it go so fast?
Right?
We're an hour. Get the hell out. No
I know.
way.
How
Come
did
on.
that happen?
How did that happen? So, and we're not even close. We got plenty more. So, Old Man Barker was asking if you have played yet. What did we ask for? Something off of Everyone Who Disagrees with You is an Extremist. And where is it here? Now I've lost my place. He said here, where are we? Come on. Drop it. Can you tell me what it was again? Now I can't find it. I lost it, old man.
Let me see. I'm looking.
Oliver who? Yeah, there is no guy named Oliver Anthony. By the way, that guy, his name isn't even Oliver Anthony. I think we should just stop it with that right now, please. But yes, what was it?
I don't see it.
It disappeared. Did he delete it? No, I know it was here. Did he play something tonight? It wasn't Depop. It wasn't. Oh man!
Buying the Theft.
Buying the Theft. There it was. Bam, 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 bam. Post-apocalyptic doo-wop Billy. Yeah, there you go. Nice. That's awesome. Let me put that one up. Everyone can see that.
All right, just a second. Let me just tune up.
I know you played Rocky Raccoon before, so we could potentially do a couple of Beatles. Yeah, there's so many places we can go. So like I said, if you go to my Substack earlier, and I said we're live on Rumble, I wrote a piece about Rumble. Here he comes. He's back.
Yep, we're ready.
IndieMediaToday.substack.com. You can read the article about Rumble, but do that later.
Yes, do that. Absolutely do that later. Okay.
Play some Freebird, man. No, Mastermind. Come on, bro. Skin suits.
I used to rickroll people at gigs when they asked for Freebird. I would start playing it, and then I would switch over into Never Gonna Give You Up, and then I'd play Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley for the rest of it.
Bad Cookies wants Blocking the Light. I don't know if I could take Blocking the Light. Skin Suits we did last week. Blocking the Light's just so emotional.
I got Buying the Theft locked and loaded.
All right, let's do that.
Land of the free, and you'll know us by the trail of death. It's just one more world war to complete the set. When you live by the pike, you die by the booth. You die wide-eyed, still pleading the fifth, or crying divine epithets in pathetic attempts at defense. All empathetic for those on your side of the fence. Well, I'll gladly put you and your legacy into an alternate tense. A faltering sense is an altered events. Like hunted and a hearse, it's a reaper stretch. Oh, how sweet, she said. Bunch of hordes in the street like it's Evil Dead. Where the thin blue line meets razor's edge. Where the corporate ladder ascends to a steel-toed boot that awaits on the ledge. You'll be licking it fresh at your boss's request till it stops each finger and watches you fall to your death and drown in an ocean of debt. Gone with the fodder who gathered to honor the patient left, who purity tested themselves into sections step by step till the next election. It's just one them and the sound of their well-read theorized breath. Now that's harm reduction for the lowly cost of you holding your nose and just openly buying the theft. Maybe it's all in the flick of the pen. Maybe we're all one unmarked van from a trip to the pen. Being guarded by pigs who exist on a diet of dying breaths of much worthier men. Honey, heaven's expecting you. Just don't get too hung up on who they let in. Just look up at the shine on the pearly gates. You don't need to worry if there's lead in the paint. You don't need to worry if there's lead in the water, lead in the milk, lead in the honey, lead in the caustic embrace of the Heavenly Father, lead is the flavor of passive perpetual slaughter. Lead is the taste of us led to the ledge by the lure of the legend of expert consensus, and then beckon to stretch it just one step farther. And now I hope all the folks who were boastfully gloating and toasting themselves as the heroes of COVID, boosting their boosters and doing their part, are now equally thrilled to be starstruck martyrs, all laid in a government grave with anonymous markers, like you're back from the carvers and off to the splicers. You're the very first wave to be slain in the war against Pfizer, in the 100 years war against Pfizer. See, they're thinning the crowd that is striking right now to bleed adequate pay from those inhuman misers, who all sit in their office and designate coffins to people regarded as nothing but profit for Kaiser. Still, the Dems want you nicer. The Dems want you softer. Dems want you kinder. Yeah, they all want you graciously starving in silence. You will speak when you're spoken to. Rest of the time, you and all of us peasants are merely depressing statistics neglected in Congress's binder. All bled, bone dry, then fed to the grinder. And our headstones line each step as reminders. It's a lesson in object permanence learned in the furnace by workers consigned to the fire. Workers bled, bone dry, then fed by the fed to the grinder. Fed by the fed to the grinder. See, the fed went straight to your head. They mind what you hide and your signs unsaid. Your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You'll let it inside, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself. Then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. See, the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your sighs unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag by red, so you let it in bed. You'll let it inside, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Now the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your sighs unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag by the red, say you let it in bed. You let it inside, see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Now the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your sighs unsaid. Your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you'll let it in bed. You'll see that it's blind, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Now here's where our leaders would see us all end. Here's where our leaders would see us all end. Oh, here's where our leaders would see us all end. Here's where our leaders would see us all end.
And that's Buying the Theft.
And that's off of Everybody Who Disagrees with You is an Extremist, thanks to Corinne Jean-Pierre, of course, famously. Well, that's extreme. That's an extreme position. So,
oh God, I love. Well, I shouldn't say I love. I'm blown away that we live in a time where the press secretary can say that, can answer the question about why did you change the definition of domestic extremism? You know, to explain these new definitions to us. She goes, well, I mean, if you aren't with, and she can't even, again, bless her heart, I've never seen a press secretary not look up so much as she does, just straight up read from the script. They don't even bother to make eye contact anymore because they're just like, we're not going to give you anything other than this pre-written, here's our safe statement, that's all you're getting, so I might as well just show you I'm reading it for you. And she said the choppiest explanation, when you aren't with where the majority of Americans are, that's extreme. That's
That's
way
an
of
extreme.
thinking.
That's an extreme
The
way of
fact
thinking.
that we live in a time where the press secretary can say that, and there aren't audible gasps from all the journalists in the room, just shows we are so inured. We're so bogged down with the fucking manure that we get shoveled in that it's just caked on us. We can't even move. Journalists are just like, yeah, fine, whatever, just fucking let's just get out of here so I can go drink. Like, that's literally, you can just feel the absolute despair in the room, because no one pushes back on that, because what are they going to say?
Well, there's two. There's
they
two
gave their
people in that room.
elliptic response already, and that is all you're getting.
Well, no, there's two people in that room. There's Simon Atiba, okay, and there's now Sam Husseini, and they're both challenging, and they're trying to ask the questions, and they never get called on. And then they get gaslit into saying, "Oh, we call on you. We call on you all the time." Yeah, no, you don't. You've let him ask one question in 6 months on the record, and you've then gaslit him multiple times into acting like you have given him an open forum to ask any question he wants, which is garbage. They don't let you ask any question you want. So,
And it's like, there's your answer. You're like, yep, that's our new definition of fascism. Suck it up. Deal with it.
Oh, come on. Mbop. No Mbop. Come on, Sean. Don't do that to us. Okay, Anna Mayer says Dirty Jazz or Tropical Post-Dinner Song, Jesse's choice. Then she's got a super chat to, or a super ray
I really
want to.
I really want to see if I can get away with this. Sometimes I love and Bad Cookies has thrown out like a dozen, and I have not been able to do. And even if I can't do the whole thing,
Wish I would have met you. Now it's a little late. What you could have taught me could have saved some face. They think that your early ending was all wrong. For most part they're right, but look how they all got strong. That's why I say, hey man, nice shot. Good shot, man. That's why I say, hey man, nice shot. Was a good shot, man. Hey, man. That's all right. Hang on. Hey, man. Has gone. Hey, man. Have gone. Nice shot, man. Well, we gave it a shot, folks. The answer is no, that's not attainable tonight.
Well, we're only supposed to do that early.
Jenny, I'm about to say, you'll recall at 9 o'clock that I mentioned having had some bourbon.
Well, also that
was my featuring bourbons.
the rule usually goes that the harder stuff we give Jesse earlier, and then he kind of smooths it out as the evening goes, because it's tougher on his voice that way.
It's also hard because I can't like push because my kids like
you got boy upstairs sleeping. Colin dropped $2.
We gotta do like a 3 o'clock in the
Sun.
afternoon stream one day, and then I can
Just rip it. Colin wants Black Hole Sun. Ooh, Nine Inch Nails. Why does Filter sound like Nine Inch Nails? That's funny. I blame Jesse. Anna's blaming you for sounding like Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, the growler is actually it's nothing cool. It's fucking alkaline water from my local head shop.
CBD store. Nice.
Let's see.
By the way, go over to Turncoat Don's channel when this is over, because he put out some kind of a new video that he asked me to download. It's longer than 220, and he couldn't get it on his own channel, so on his own Twitter. So he asked me to download it and get it up to INN Twitter for him. So I'm like, yeah, we'll do that for you for sure.
I have never, believe it or not, I've never attempted Black Hole Sun, which is nuts.
Won't you
So
come?
let's see.
We do Sublime. I think we did What I Got once.
I don't trust this tab. I'm looking, I'm like, I don't believe you. There's only one way to find out.
Okay.
Where's my capo?
Ooh, 40. Nice. KYE. 40 milligram gummy.
Yeah, that tab's full of shit. Colin, I can't give you Black Hole Sun. I'm sorry I let you down. Forgive me. Hope you.
Nicole Kidman, that is inappropriate, my dear. Jesse can black hole myself. Come on. Hey now. Hey now. Sober from Tool.
Oh shit, that's funny. Oh man, I love that. I used to do Sober with my old band.
Metal Johnny Cash. 40 milligram go. Joey Diaz, fuck that. I got 500 milligrams. 500 milligrams over here. We listen to Joey and all those guys pretty regularly. Let's see.
Or Incubus. Okay, hang on.
Anna says Bayou shit, please. Anything from the Bayou?
Bayou shit. Oh man. I don't have any Creedence locked and loaded. I should. That's when I think of Bayou shit. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Rage. I think it's a little late for Rage.
Some Coheed.
The Wind Cries Mary Jane.
Oh man.
Coheed. Yeah, yeah, Chris, I think it's a little late for Rage with the sun upstairs. Reef saying Marley or RHCP or Sublime, please, or Incubus.
All right, let me see if I can.
Mad Mom's here too. Hey, Mad Mom. Read between the lines. Hey, come on. I don't want to cry tonight. I guess we could, but oh, he's figuring something out.
Okay. I don't know how many people are familiar with Coheed and Cambria. If you know them, you'll remember, because the first time I heard them, I was like, is this guy trying to sound like Geddy? But then you realize it's so much more exaggerated of a vocal style than Geddy Lee. And I at a lot of early gigs would, just for like my one or two Coheed people in the house, do an impression. So I won't do the whole song Because for those who don't know, like out of context, if someone just popped in for a minute, they're like, what the fuck is this guy?
Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
Keep your secrets in the dark. Nothing matters anymore. Bodies breaking drive me crazy. This is not your place. This is not your playground. It's my heart. Oh, we were stupid. We got caught. Nothing matters anymore. So here we are, Juggernaut.
So, anyways, look him up. That's exactly what the guy fucking sounds like. Not to toot my own horn, but that's exactly Claudio Sanchez.
I didn't quite get the last words, but
he dude, this man will take a normal sounding word and just meow and stretch the fuck out of it. Just like unrecognizable vowels. Irritable vowel syndrome.
It immediately irritable. It immediately gave me Rob Thomas vibes.
Oh, that's even better.
Matchbox 20, baby. A little Matchbox 20 money.
Fun fact: my first concert was Matchbox 20 touring for their first record.
That's awesome. Hey, you know they get a lot of hate.
Speaking of
those guys,
speaking of songs
that
you can't understand the words to, and Bad Cookies just said Pearl Jam.
Oh, sure, Eddie. Eddie's a crooner, man. I love
There's
Eddie.
Fun fact, there's a Kings of Leon like B-side song that I fucking love. I should pull up the chords for. Super Soaker, I think. It's a fantastic song.
On ceiling, on a portrait letter side, she said, I wanna leave it again. Once I saw her on a beach of weathered sand, on the sand, I wanna leave her again. On the weekend, I wanna wish it all away. And they call and I said that I'll go, and I said that I'll call out again. And the reason I wanna leave her common, oh, I said I don't know whether I'm the box or the back. Can you see them out on the porch? Yeah, but they don't wait. I see them round the front way, and I know I don't wanna stay. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I don't wanna stay. I don't wanna stay. I don't wanna stay.
See, to me, my favorite part of that song is at the end when he does the guitar. Now. Dude, Mike McCready is just, Pearl Jam's in my top 5. So Yellow Ledbetter is up there.
Super lucky I got to see them at Bonnaroo in 2016. So that was once they had Matt Cameron from Soundgarden playing, obviously ever since Soundgarden broke up.
Right.
But that was a double for me too, because I fucking love Matt Cameron.
Oh, he's so sick.
And it was like Pearl Jam right after Lamb of God. I just wrapped up Lamb of God set and it was my second time seeing them, and they were phenomenal. And literally as soon as they stop, we hear Eddie Vedder's voice fire up over the hill, and it's like, oh, let's go watch Pearl Jam. And then just kind of wandered over and watched. It was like the best back-to-back to go Lamb of God into Pearl Jam. It was fucking phenomenal. It was so fun.
You still know Black? Phoenix asking.
Yes.
Summer Romance by Incubus would be a good Jesse tune. Yeah, it would be.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, motherfucking Jesse, fire, bro. Yeah, that's right. I agree there. Yep, can't argue with any of that. How did iPod get on there? Yeah, how did U2 get on the red? Oh goodness, they pushed that onto everybody. Say, I actually opted out personally. My wife, every time she turns on her phone, she doesn't use Apple Music, but when it syncs with the car, it plays that stupid U2 song. Well, that's rough. Nobody listens to the drummer. Ouch. Ouch. Somebody said Fields of Gold. That'd be a good one.
Oh, man. Yeah, it would. Tell you what, I'm going to real quick pull out just a little quirky something. I've never played this. And in fact, this is only on Twitter. This is the only place that this ever got posted, because it's the only thing I've ever done with someone else's beat. And oddly enough, the guy isn't active on Twitter anymore. It was a producer who went by Slummin' Beats out of Canada. And we'd been early Twitter, like when I still dabbled around over in like music producer Twitter days. And he ended up becoming like an NFT guy, but he had this beat and he was like, if anybody wants it, and posted it. And it was just beautiful. I had this really great little piano run in it. It was like, you know what? It was the day that MF Doom died, or at least the day we found out MF Doom died. And that was hard. That was really hard for me. And I wrote this piece. I was like, I should write something kind of about it and kind of closer to his flow style as opposed to my own, try to force myself outside of my usual. And I used this guy's beat and posted on Twitter, and that was the end of it. And then I thought about it recently and listened to it again. I was like, I should have done something with that. So here we go. This is called Lo-Fi. This is the song that I wrote when I found out we lost MF Doom.
Lost my mind to learn that Doom died. Tried to turn a new side, lining up to swing, and if I gotta take a tooth, I'll take a tooth. Fine, I might do it 2 times. Truth is, I gotta pay dues, I'm the new guy. It's all fine, it's all good. Small fish in a pond in a tall wood. Been 5 years gone. If you don't call, don't sweat, no one else would. Wake up like you reached your destination, so they're taking off your hood. They drag you out the van and down a basement, bouncing off the walls like the echo of a broken record crackling out the pirate station. Skip the needle when I stomp my heel. Echolocation of an order even higher than your tired fight for levitation. Fireside, I'm biding time with dynamite, deciding, do I ride the spiral right into the iron mine and light up right when I can see the light inside their vital signs, or bite my tongue and hold the line? See, only time can tell, and I can tell you only time can wreck a body, rack a mind, until you do not recognize your mirror image, even when it's spitting fire right between your eyes. Christ, I'll shout a choir down 1,000 times. I'll drown the higher-ups and down their wine. I'll send the wilds through the building, sprout 1,000 vines. Mouth foaming, eyes white, screaming, now's the time. How exotic, how neurotic, how divine. I'm just an honest Pisces holding up a fire sign. Christ, try me, I've been starved for crises. Twice shy, bitten more than I could ever try to summarize. And some of it was Semper Fi, some of it was sentimental sunrise, some of it was sensory on overload and yet somehow deprived. How benign, how depraved, how divine. Broke my heart to hear that Doom died. I guess I'll try to find some comfort in the doom that I see right before my eyes in my day-to-day life. How exotic, how neurotic, how divine. How hypnotic, how symphonic, how resigned. Lo-fi. 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 Rest in peace, MF Doom and Crab.
Right?
If there's anyone worth pulling out the MF Doom memorial song for, it's Greg. So,
at least Greg's Twitter account, everyone. It's Greg's Twitter account. I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression. It's Greg's Twitter account, okay?
If Greg died, I would be ugly crying. I would be inconsolable. It would be don't even talk about it. I can't even think about it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we better like try to raise some cash maybe to get Greg a Twitter Blue or something so that he doesn't feel so left out of.
I don't know, man. It didn't work too hot for Garland Nixon. That won't save you.
Well, he's still got an account. He just can't get into it.
It's kind of worse. A little comic relief, huh? All right, this is one of my oldest originals, really, period. But definitely my oldest one that I like play regularly still, which is funny because it's the song that it is. I would like to dedicate this to Charlie Mack and his wife Noelle. This is easily the most heartfelt love song I ever put my pen to. There's nothing you could say, nothing you could do could ever make me falter from loving you. Twice baked potato with cheese and sour cream, twice baked potato with bacon and chives. You're twice
victory. When they brought you to the table, I could see it in the cheese. You were looking for that special someone, and I knew that someone was me. Twice baked potato with cheese and sour cream. Twice baked potato with bacon and chives. You're a twice baked dream. Oh, twice baked potato, I've never loved anyone as much as I love you. And you know something, sweetheart? These fast 5 minutes that I've spent waiting for you to cool have been the best in my life. And I'll never forget you. Now the ring that's on my finger, oh, it's an old potato skin. It still serves as a constant reminder of that twice baked love I was in. Twice baked potato with cheese and sour cream. Twice baked potato with bacon and chives. You're a twice baked dream. I love you.
Bro, that's great.
Fun fact, I don't even like chives. That's just the commitment that I bring to the craft of songwriting. You know, I try to put myself in someone else's shoes.
Now, what do we title that baked potato ode and tribute?
It's just called Twice Baked Potato.
It's called Twice Baked Potato. Well, of course it is. Naturally.
Fun fact number 2, I wrote that when I was 12. That's an early Jesse song. Like, my love for sodium started really
starch,
young.
starch and carbs.
Which is why I'm on blood pressure medicine now. It's all connected, you know. I love you too, Noel. And Charlie, I love you. You guys are the best. Oh, we have fun here. Oh. Where do you go after that? You know, set the bar so high for myself.
Oh, hear my words. That's what I hear. I hear ba 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 da bum bum. That's where I go. But that's
it's kind of like inviting a spirit. Like you have to say, I want you to play town hall. I can't
right?
you have to say the words.
well, by all means, cue up the fucking town hall, bro. We don't need to call that shit. Yeah,
that's a fun one to probably wrap us up on.
I still like baked potatoes. That's very funny. Yeah, but twice baked potatoes. Have you ever tried a twice baked potato?
So yeah, this is the song that really started it all. Hey Ed, this was the first political piece that I brought to Twitter to share around with people, and found a bunch of people that were just as frustrated as I was, and suddenly here we are. It just spiraled into 11 albums, 8 something hours of music, and
and me being lucky enough to have 25 people hanging out with me at 11:30 on a Tuesday night, which every time is surreal, to say the least. I love you guys, and it means the world to have you here every time. So yeah. That said, this is Town Hall, a song that I wish wasn't relevant anymore. I'd really love, like, when I first started writing these songs, my brother, who does tattoos, he did the first couple album covers. He did the Virus and Inauguration Gift, and fucking doo-wop, Geiger Age as well. He was like, if you didn't name names on these politicians, these songs could work for any time period. These songs could be past, future, he's like, it kind of ties it to a period in time that all of a sudden, a few years down the road, are these songs going to be like as relevant? I was like, I didn't think twice about that. I was like, I want them to talk about specific people and specific events. That's what made me mad about political music, was that people used vague terms, and it leads to surface level critiques for the most part. So I was prepared to have songs that worked for that year, that election cycle. And I figured within a year or two, we'll be on to all different shit. And this will be, kind of in the past. And unfortunately, some of these people, or some of these tracks are more relevant now. I wish they weren't. Again, I'd love to be wrong on a lot of these things, but like some of the shit, I was just like, oh, this sounds, believable as a potential. And then sure enough, here we are a year later. I'm like, oh shit, they did that thing that I was just kind of hypothesizing. That happens way too much, and I wish it didn't. But this was one of those songs that this was when I first realized, like, they're gonna feed us Joe Biden. They're gonna give us no other options. That Joe's what's for dinner. Like, fucking best of luck. Enjoy your primaries. So yeah, that's this is Town Hall.
In these days of global disaster, all the money disappears with the fame. I'll say what I want and burn my masters, and I suggest you do the same. Hear my words, but don't breathe the air. You and I needn't speak to share. I'm so sick of the waiting now. I feel sick, so I'm laying down. Hear my words, but don't breathe the air. You and I needn't speak to share. I'm so sick of the waiting now. I feel sick, so I'm laying down.
Alright, I won't name names, so he won't call legal. We'll call him Bo Jiden, and he killed Glass-Steagall. He's on the trail, off the rails, profits over people, but I won't call him a Nazi, cause I haven't seen his eagle. But I have seen his equal, and he just left the White House. I've seen his equal, and she lost the fight twice now. I've seen the evil in a man who'd shake the hands of workers, knowing they've been slaving for a feeble wage and little purpose to keep afloat his bloated lifestyle. All to keep us focused on our phones in the meanwhile. You see, if I'm a broken record, this has been a time trial. But I will not go quietly into the future I'm supposed to hand to my child. I will not politely hold my tongue when I see voters in the web of suppression. So I'm about to burn the list of things we shouldn't mention. Alzheimer's causes bouts of both confusion and aggression. Sentences that fall apart and paper thin. Patience. Well, I have not spent the past 4 years practicing critiques only to need them for the next administration. And yeah, part of me would love to vote for Trump to really stuff you Biden diatribe junkies who would tie us to a chair to watch him push out Bernie Sanders, say he needs to just accept the loss and have your little celebration. Fuck, I don't know about you, but I got too much love for this misguided nation. So I can't take another president who treats the world like he's a wealthy tourist, just too good to talk to all us Haitians. My only choice should not have to be trading one president who chews the Achilles heel of race relations, plays up all our prejudices, fears, and darkest motivations, for one who also hands us over to the corporations like we've all been sex trafficked. And I wish that was exaggeration, but it's part nightmare, part fascination. It's mostly fascists saying we're a Christian generation, while they got the funding made to lift you out your station, while you miss your shift at your third job because you can't afford your medication. And now the pain of your mobility is tied into the need to keep afloat and keep your family just the side of devastation. And here's the catch to immunization. You might get to have a say in what they give your baby, but in 20 years your baby better be prepared to pay right through the nose to be inoculated. And so don't you be surprised when all your insulin is confiscated, because someone found a buyer who's prepared to hike the price up even higher. And if you land in a coma, just as well, because you're out the conversation. You're not around to stage a demonstration. You're not around to protest human rights being eliminated. Not around to protest all these voters being silenced and intimidated. Now maybe you can hear it in my intonation. One man's revolution is another's renovation. One hand better wash the other or it's amputated. Christ, I hate to be so black and white, but gray has led us straight into the mist and now the lamp is faded. And I don't think that we have very long before the night is falling, quicker than anticipated, quicker than the stocks crashed, quicker than your IRA was withered and emaciated. So why obey the men who saw the crisis that they orchestrated? Why are we so pleased to see a corpse get up and speak that will ignore the way the corpse debated? That he spoke in fragmented misinformation, and that he tried to make an honest man's mistake out of a fabrication, and that all the major networks eat it up and tolerate it. So whose side are they on if they can point it out in Trump but act like they don't see it in the man they want to call our savior, who keeps paying you to do such sick, dishonest labor? Oh shit, we do? No shit, me too? Everything you buy will find a way to own or eat you? Companies that feed you fund agendas to defeat you, strip your wits away, rip your wick away, ultimately put you in a place to have to loot to feed your kid today, then detain and beat you. How is such an obvious process not see-through? At least not without a UV light. This year will purge our liberty with zero end in sight. So if you can't cast a vote that gives you hope about our plight, if you pick up the pen but in your heart it isn't right, think about the millions going hungry every night and have the guts to write in Bernie or have the guts to fight. Hear my words, there's no time to spare. We killed democracy, it's rotting in the square. And with its last breath, it cursed the very air with the toxic miasma of class warfare. Convulsions are brief. It seized for a minute, then it ceased to fidget. It was just deep sleep in a city-wide gibbet. A lot of sweet nothings like the rations we were given. A film crew followed them into the city limits to document the distribution. A little piece of human interest in the mass confusion. Some nice shots of a clean white van and neighbors helping neighbors with their clean white hands. Never mind the boxes being empty like the cans. Never mind a photo op that didn't feed a single man. And this is nothing you could blame on one single man or his supporting an immoral horde of sycophants. We set the stage, we lit the play, we gave the man a script, we highlighted every line he had to say. We're only in this boat because we chose to sail away. We didn't core out the decay, we let it spread. And then we watched the nation warp into the noxious dictatorship it is today. We made conditions perfect. It's almost like we want it this way.
Hear my words, but don't breathe the air. You and I needn't speak to share. I'm so sick of the waiting now. I feel sick, so I'm laying down. Hear my words, but don't breathe the air. You and I needn't speak to share. I'm so sick of the waiting now. I feel sick, so I'm laying down. Laying down.
And that's Town Hall.
Okay, we might have to change like the last lyrics to have the guts to.
I know. I
the
can see
guts-
that line approaching. I was like, oh,
have the guts to write in no one or have the guts to fight
right.
is maybe the right answer now. Like, fuck that guy, Bernie the strike busting douchebag. All right,
have
and
the guts to write Jesus.
have the guts to write in. Hey. Eric Cartman. I'd rather fucking vote for Eric Cartman, honestly. Terrible. All right. Well, that's a dozen. So tonight we started with St. James Infirmary. I went down to St. James. Dude, that was fire. Everyone should go back and listen to this if you didn't catch the beginning. Can No Grave. We did a Militia Intent for Animairs. Love you. So glad you're here tonight. Dust of Better Days. We cut a clean copy of that. And then we did a Stroll Through the Ruins.
A little merch. I'm sorry, a little merch.
INNmerch.com. INNmerch.com. But a Stroll Through the Ruins, which is the 50s doo-wop song, which we love. Of course. Buying the Theft. We did a Buying the Theft. We did a little bit of Filter Nice Shot, at least half of that. Coheed. And what was the Coheed piece?
Oh, Here We Are, Juggernaut.
Here we are, Juggernaut. Well, then we did Yellow Ledbetter. Don't forget we did that. You know, we did so many songs you forget. Lo-Fi. And then we did the Twice Baked Potatoes, which was really fun, from 12-year-old Jesse. And we closed it out with Town Hall, which have the guts to vote in nobody or none of the above, or have the guts to fight. So we need to alter that a little bit, but the rest of that song is fucking just so fire, and it's amazing that was the first political protest song that you played, and it's held up other than that line, but just almost
that line.
But man, they spoon fed us Joe Biden, like, and now they're gonna spoon feed us Kamala, or it's gonna be Gavin Newsom, or it's gonna be I'm predicting it's gonna be Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan. I've been seeing them kind of set her up, and Jesse knows her well. So,
oh, yikes! Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, I actually have to cut up. So tomorrow night, and I can put this up on screen now. So tomorrow night we've got on INN, INN News is back for another week with Colin and Reef, and then Thursday night, Bread and Circuses is going back on the shelf for a little bit. How did we miss that coming back? So we needed something for Thursday night. Sunday night's now full, so we moved Nobody Wants to Work Anymore to Thursday night. We didn't think a working show would work on a weekend night. Sunday is good because you're back to work next day, but Saturday night wouldn't work, and Friday night I just thought was weird. After Sunday, we'll do Boats the following Friday. You'll see Angel in the Afternoon this Friday at 2:15. I think it's going to be 2:15. We did a rando roundtable last week that was a lot of fun. Everyone seemed to like it. We need to come up with a little bit of a better format and kind of what topics we're going to cover a little better. But I had a lot of fun with that. Catch that. And
you know what?
Go ahead.
For once, I gotta agree. Let's close on a little up tune.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I've ever played this on here when we're pulling out covers. I mean, I would think I did, but I sure can't recall it. Do I have a direct way to pay me for my amazingness? Well, no one's ever asked before. I have a Cash App. Other than that, I'm I mean, Bandcamp takes 15% unless it's Bandcamp Friday, but Bandcamp is usually the best way. But you do enough, dude. Seriously, you've thrown us super chats. Like, I don't. My music's free for a reason. I appreciate it, but again, if I was going for money, I wouldn't talk about the government. So
we do need money.
This is one of my favorite songs to pull out at gigs, because a lot of people know it, but people don't expect it acoustic. So.
Back at 52, lying awake, it's tempted tuning in. Are you? If I was young, it didn't stop you coming through, and I said, oh, oh, oh. We took the credit for your second symphony, rewritten by machine and new technology. And now I understand the problems that you see, and I said, oh, oh, oh. I met your children now, oh, oh, oh. What did you tell them? Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Pictures came in the backyard. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. And now we meet in an abandoned studio. We hear the playback and it seems so long ago. I still remember how the jingles used to go, and they said, oh, oh, oh. You were the first one, oh, oh, oh. You'll be the last one. Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. In my mind and in my car, oh, we can't rewind, we've gone too far. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no,
I remember we did that for Warren Palooza. That was one of my favorites from that night too. Yeah. Yeah, that was legend. I can't wait till we cue that one up and we put that out for podcast.
The singer from the Buggles, Trevor Horn, he well, not only did he front Yes for an album, honestly one of my favorite Yes albums, but he wrote Kiss from a Rose for Seal.
No way.
That was Trevor Horn. Mm-hmm. Little bit of useless music trivia for you guys to carry on in your.
So I had to put this up, Ed. Streamio killed the TVO star, which is fucking great. That's awesome. Love it. Anna's asking for Kings of Colony, but I think that's a little heavy. That's a little heavy to end tonight on.
Is.
But hey, the lady threw down a bill tonight. You know what? So
she did. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do in that instance. We will do that, and then we'll just have to do another upbeat thing afterwards.
Okay.
We got to do two more songs. So we'll keep them quick. All right. All right. Indy, can you plug something real quick so I can tune up?
Sure, I can plug something real quick. Yes. So yeah, let's talk about that Substack article about Rumble for a minute. I don't know how many of you got to see it today, but that's our schedule again, just to remind everyone. We are planning on going at 10 o'clock on Sunday. I am considering pushing that back to 10:30, but the way that we usually do, how do we miss that? That show is 2.5 hours long typically. So if we push it to 10:30, we're then going to 1. That's a little late that I want to be live. I like ending around 12:30. So I know everyone likes to stay live for the first half hour. Due Dissidence usually cuts out about 10:30-ish. So if you missed the first article or two that we cover and our little BS banter to begin with, then so be it. And we're going to have 4 stories. We're going to have boats. We're going to be back with How Do We Miss That? Took a month off. Needed it. Glad that we did it. Been doing Nobody Wants to Work Anymore. And we basically have been covering labor stories during that time. So really haven't missed that much, though it's a little bit of a different format. And I missed doing a show with Reef. I haven't done a show with Reef in a month, so we're going to be a little off in our timing, I'm sure.
Okay, we're ready.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's pull out of my jug before we get into this. Okay. So yeah, this is the Lahaina piece, which will also be on the next record. This is called The Kings of Colony.
Now what you're following, that's idolatry, that's just fake. And all that wallowing that you tolerate, that's not faith. The kings of colony watched autonomy make our graves. The kings of colony know no policy, only rape. Now once you fall asleep, it won't bother you what they say. But the kings of colony, while they slaughter, they still complain. That we say it, please color me, still too solemnly, still to blame. All hail economy, praise the pharmacy, seas in flame.
They're buying up Hawaii, and the smoke's not even cleared. Those vultures smelled the fire and an enterprise appeared. Investment opportunities were melted down, communities leave vacant space. BlackRock has been lusting for years. The council meets in private and they don't discuss survivors. Concerns among construction groups are all Lahaina hears. They'll wander through your city with this mocking sort of pity, next to Oprah and her camera crew who tore the Trail of Tears, where footage flows as freely as the stream of liquid steel and the pools of pure aluminum that trickle down your wheels. And Biden's come to say he knows exactly how it feels, cause he had a kitchen fire once and had to miss a meal. And people still believe that piece of shit deserves your vote, like he's not why supplies are being smuggled in by boat, like he's not why our citizens were forced to stay and roast, and he can't unfreeze your funding, folks, cause Azov needs it most. I'll bet my every dollar Biden watched it with a smile. I bet he knows the whereabouts of every missing child. He's just the kind of man who lives to trample something tribal, collecting culture's corpses just to throw them on the pile. Like he and all his buddies didn't dream about the day when those who dared defy the donor class were cleared away, when home insurance triples and you can't afford to stay, and your land falls to the hands of those whose windfall fans the flames. The state will take Lahaina and they'll bastardize its name, and tourism will swarm it all the same. You see, the state we left Lahaina shows the ground rules of the game, the planes that in the night ignite the planes. And if questions raised that reckon the potential use of lasers, I suggest you take a closer shave by way of Occam's razor. And if those civilians stood between this country and its gains, then there's really nothing further to explain. Because you may know this already if you truly know our past. But this ain't the first occasion, and it will not be the last, where Americans are kettled in and made to bear the blast, barricaded in and left for ash. How many in Lahaina now are lying there awake, and they still can hear the city we left leveled in our wake. They still hear all the people that we let the fire take, instructed from above to stay in place. So look to the horizon, 'cause a fire comes for you. Desire made incarnate of the power-hungry few, who've instructed the police to not let anybody through, to barricade them in, and so they do. And that's the Kings of Colony.
It's such a badass tune. It smacks everybody in the face that needs to be smacked in the face, and that's the whole point of it. Like, those fucking people, those poor people living in those government trailers and getting $700. It's a disgrace.
Okay, so we need a commensurately upbeat closer.
Yeah, a happy song. Sure.
It's not saying, it's not saying, it's not saying. Just want someone to say to me, no, always be there when you wait. Oh yeah, no, I like to keep my cheeks to right it, yeah. So stay with me and I'll love it, man. And I don't understand why I sleep all day. Then I start to complain that there's no rain. And all that I could do is read a book to stay away. And it rips my life away, but it's pretty scary. You don't like my point of view, you think that I'm insane. It's not saying, it's not saying, it's not saying, it's not saying. I just want someone to say to me, no, always be there when you wait. Oh yeah, no, I like to keep my cheeks to right it, yeah. So stay with me and I'll love it, man. gonna have it made. Oh, 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 oh,
I think that about cashes me in.
Yeah, I'm pretty cashed myself, and it's like I want more. Everybody's like screwed. We're like, guys, we're toast. We're done tonight. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, I promise. But
I paid my bee dues. Cookies. That's
yeah,
that part of me.
Yeah, he's got the bumblebee, the spinning bumblebee from the video. That's right. You know, it's funny. I was never really a big fan of Blind Melon, or even that song. It's good. It's happy. It's upbeat. It's grown on me over the years. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But all right. So that was now 15 songs we ended up pulling tonight. It's awesome. Love it. That's going to cut up nice. They said, well, they always say that, but we managed to do it every couple of weeks. And yeah, Jesse can do it all night long. Oh goodness. John Emily, come on, dude. You got to give the talent a little chance to get some rest here. So, thank you, Sean. We love you. Thank you to everybody. Cynic, we got 24 people here, and they're the best people that we know. Seriously. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks. So we got a lot of stuff to watch over on this week. The rest of this week. Remember, every Friday we put out a Substack with a summary of all and links to all of the streams and the appearances throughout the week for INN, as well as check out, again, my Substack today. I published this Fake Views Rumble video, What is Going On, which is a very long, in-depth article talking about our favorite platform, Rumble, and doing a more in-depth look than I've seen from anybody else, especially somebody who's actually used the platform before. The Associated Press did a hatchet job on them yesterday. This is in response to the UK Parliament squeezing Rumble to try to demonetize and or deplatform Russell Brand and control narratives. Rumble has famously pushed back, and they are not able to be shown in France because they won't do the censorship that France is looking for.
Wow.
It may end up happening to them here in the UK as well. Hopefully not. And then we've got what's going on with their earnings. They're hemorrhaging cash and burning a ton of cash, though they raised a bunch last year. They're burning through that. How much longer can they sustain that? There is also a question about their view counts and what those view counts show and how they're counting what is a view. There's a lot there. So please, by all means, go through it. Comment, share, like it, and let everybody know that this is out there. I don't think that anybody's really put together this kind of a comprehensive look at Rumble like this. So, and I'm excited about, a couple of people have reached out and they were kind of upset about the tie-in with Locals. Well, as it turns out, Locals does have a free option and it's up to the creator, but none of the creators actually make it free. Now, Lee Camp actually reached out to me and he said, I actually have an option where some people can read some stuff free and look at free stuff on my Locals, but most of it is behind a paywall. And that's the whole point. Yeah. I look at it more like Patreon. I said, well, I look at it more like Substack. It's like, well, I guess I could see how that they're more of a one-to-one competitor where I'm giving away this stuff for the most part, and you can support me if you believe and you want to, and you believe in what I'm doing. But I don't like paywalling my content because it means that 96% of people don't get to see it because there's so few that are subscribers, and we love and appreciate you. And what we're trying to do for our subscribers, by the way, is give them early content, pre-release stuff. So, for example, my show with Himbo, if we cut clips, I'll release the clips early for channel members, like a day or two early, as a thank you. It's going to be available to everyone. It's just you're getting that little segment a little bit early, a sneak preview type of stuff. I think that's the right way to manage a membership type of thing. But
yeah,
we want everyone to get access to all of the content we make. That's why we make it.
Yep.
We want it to be seen.
Yep.
So that's it for tonight, folks. I like to say to keep questioning everybody's motivations and watch Reef and Colin tomorrow night. And I'll let this guy take you out and we'll say goodnight.
Yeah. That's all I got. Take care of each other. Drink lots of water. Don't do drugs unless you're bored.
Which is always. Good night, fam.
Who are these people?
Indie News Network, collaborative family of independent content creators. Co-hosted normally by me, Indy. I'm founder and editor of Indie Left News and Indie Media Today. I got Reef Breland sitting next to me.
At Kennedy News.
Is Andrew Rivera on The Handsome Cynic?
It's Politics and Survival.
My name is Jesse Jett.
It's American Tradition.
What's up, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden.
I mostly make art for INN.
BigMadCrab, Joe. Keep up those great videos.
Hey guys, it's Yeti coming at you.
Hello, my name is Lucy from Blue Moon Red Wine.
This is Chris Legion.
Keep fighting that good fight out there, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Who are these people?